Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck and I'm back with another review. And today we're taking a look at from Transformers Rescue Bots. This is the brand new Dinobot Adventures, Bumblebee and Lance. Now, I'm fairly certain both figures are repaints of pre-existing molds. There might be some retooling going on, especially with Lance. I believe Lance was actually part of a subline of smaller rescue bot figures that could turn animal-based figures that could turn into weapons for the larger figures. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Rescue Bots, this is basically the longest running Transformers cartoon. It has far surpassed the original G1 cartoon. Incredibly popular line. These are basically one or two step transforming figures. There's no real articulation, so to speak. The entire gimmick is the transforming. In fact, some years ago, this line won an award from an organization because it apparently helps teach autistic children motor skills and such like that. So yeah, really popular. Like I said, again, a really popular line. Both of them are Raptors. Obviously, this one here on the right is Bumblebee. You can tell by the yellow highlights. And Bumblebee does have a play pattern. If you press on the back of the hump, there's the jaw opens and closes. That's the only movement in the dinosaur mode. For some reason, there's a hook there. I don't know if it can tow anything, but the legs don't move, the little arms don't move. Like I said, these are static robots with a fixed play pattern. And I should mention that there's a little bit of an issue trying to get Bumblebee to stand, try to get as flat of a surface as possible. And the Lance, again, no articulation, no play pattern. As I mentioned, I do believe there's some retooling on Lance, namely the form, these pegs right here. If I'm looking at the drawing, the pictures on the box, the figure doesn't have them. And we'll get into more of that in robot mode, but especially with the instructions, I think Lance had to be modified to be included with Bumblebee. Now, to get into the transformation, we'll start off with Lance. Very simple. Come in here, fold up the legs. That will fold down the head and bring out the back of the tail. As you can see, this handle will flip up. And basically, you have Lance as a Lance. So we'll put it off to the side. Now, it doesn't snap into place in weapon mode. But if you push the tail all the way in and snap it into place, it does sit securely in dinosaur mode. So there's that for Lance. Bumblebee is just as simple. You're going to grab the front right about here and the tail, and you're going to push down. And there's a hole right there on the underside of the tail and a peg right there on the back. Make sure that comes together. Give it a good squeeze, and that will spread the raptor head and basically open up what will be the feet of the robot mode. Now, the instructions show you pulling the legs out a little bit more. I've tried. That's about as far as they can go. And it does stand somewhat well. As you can see, there's the head of Bumblebee. It's a little bit of a cartooned version of the movie aesthetic, as are most of the Rescue Bot figures. Well, the ones that are were pre-existing characters. Now, this is where we come in to why I think there is some retooling here. If you look at the packaging and the instructions, be it what they are, they kind of show Lance going on like this, using the handle there. And if you look, and on the box, it's supposed to just clip on like that. That clearly doesn't work. I mean, there's holes here in the bottom. I've tried something like this. It just doesn't fit, doesn't work. What does work is the little hole here in the side of what was the raptor foot and is now Bumblebee's arm, pegging in just like that. And I think that's how Lance is meant to attach and why the figure now has these pegs. Now, of course, there is a little bit of an issue, and that issue being it now makes Bumblebee very heavy on the side. So realistically, there's no way you're going to be able to have the robot stand without supporting it somehow with Lance attached. And looking around, there are other ports, but they really don't fit that peg, and so there's no like weapon storage or anything. Yeah, that one doesn't go in, but I find it very interesting that, this is the anniversary year of Transformers the movie, but this is also going to be a Dinobot focused year. As we know, Cyberverse is coming back for its final run, and it's the Dinobots Unite line. We're going to have, I think, some movies. I want to say they're going to be exclusive to Netflix. I hope I'm wrong, but that's what I heard. So it's nice to see that cross brand unity between Rescue Bots and Cyberverse, since really Cyberverse is the step-up line from Rescue Bots. So to return Bumblebee to its Raptor mode, again, very simple. Grab the front, grab the back, pull the tail away. That will peg everything together. Now right here in the front, you do have two pegs, one under the jaw, one in the hood, the head, and there you have Bumblebee back in its Raptor mode. And again, just to convert Lance back, push the tail in, make sure it snaps into place, and there you go. I'm trying to figure out why Bumblebee's having such a hard time. Yeah, it's it really just wants to lean forward, but there you go. But yeah, these are clearly aimed for a much younger audience, even younger than Cyberverse, and it shows a lot of hollow bits, but I kind of dig it. There's a lot of repaints coming. I know they did a line of small dinosaur-based robots about the same size as Lance, and those are being retooled into the classic Dinobots, so that's going to be fun. So I'm keeping my eye out for those. But I got this figure off of Amazon. I think I paid around retail price, which was like $25. Although now I'm seeing the Optimus Prime version of this set going for about $19, so I'm not sure. But keep in mind, you're getting a full-sized Rescue Bot figure and one of the partner drones in one set. And yes, let me just bring it in real quick. The packaging, it is that open front packaging, so just be aware of what you're supposed to get in the set and how it's supposed to look, because things can happen. But highly recommended, fun figure set. That's about it for the review. If you like this review, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. While I will always appreciate your views, your likes, comments, and subscriptions help communicate to YouTube through their algorithms that my channel is one that should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, and I wish you would, please consider signing up for my Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/ChuckDog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month, $12 a year. No thrills, no tiers, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you to help me help you bring figures like this to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. As many of you have noticed, and I have mentioned in pretty much every video, I have been upgrading the my review space, trying out the Folio Lightbox system, and so far most of you seem to like it, and that is through the support of viewers like you, as well as a couple bonus survey focus groups that I did. There's a link in the description here in the corner, a little card, and a hyperlink in the description below. But as I always say, if you can't do the $1 a month or $12 a year, or if you just hate Patreon in general, that's fine. No problems whatsoever. At the end of the day, your views are more than enough support. Patreon is just that lovely little cherry on top of an already generous sundae. So that's about it for Lance and Bumblebee. This is your old pal Chuck, and we will see you next time.